All right, first off, I got to thank my friend, the great Lebanese family that is Mowad, as in that former restaurant, Mowad Mill City Inn, the great Lebanese club in Aliquippa. Young Nick Mowad, who's on the injured reserve, got injured playing football for the great Central Valley Warriors, but he's on the mend and he's helping me by shooting this video. So to the Mowad family and my friend Nick, thank you very much. This is Brandon Ambrose, and you know his father Dave. He's been on the radio with me many times. He, of course, the man behind the CJ Betters Holiday Classic, CCBC Dome, coming up December 29th and 30th. We're going to get to that in a moment, but we're going to talk a little Central Valley basketball. Now, a couple of years ago, you get the Whitfield Championship, which is another Cinderella story in this great school district to go along with the football team. But now you're injecting 4 new people into the lineup, and just some of them, Adam Klein, and you got Park Hudson and Joe Carter and Mike Simmons. Tell me about this basketball team. And I know you started off on the road. You got some wins against, of course, West A and Moon Township, but I know you just wish you could have had a better start.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some good wins. Moon's a good team, a big school and well coached. West A had a lot of good players and well coached as well, and you feel real good about those ones. Tough one at Elwood, a team that we've had some good success over the last few years, but once again, a team that's playing well and has some good athletes. It's tough when you have 4 new starters, and not as much experience as in years past, but they're working real hard. I think that's a real factor. The guys are working hard and learning what they're supposed to do, and we're not just learning how to what plays to run or what defense to run, but more how you approach every day, how your practice habits are going to be, and what it takes to be successful in the game. And I think as the season goes on, we're going to get a lot better.
I remember your dad many years ago. I was in Dr. Mike Siskoff's office, who's a great chiropractor in this area. We were talking about you as a young athlete, and he was so excited, and obviously as the father would be. And I've kind of followed your career, and I had a television show for many years, so I've kind of watched you, as they say, matriculate to a head football coach, and rather a head basketball coach. And the thing that you said to me a little while ago is that you played year-round just about everything. And that doesn't happen so much anymore, and the reason being is it's become specialized. Kids want to focus on one thing. So my question is, and look, we're all happy about the football team, but just tell me that whole thing as far as getting football players in game shape for basketball, as opposed because you were on the playground all the time, just ready to lace your sneakers up and get into the game. Talk about that transition.
It's tough. I mean, you're happy for the football team because they've had such great success, and you hope that continues for them, but it does give you a late start every year, and it depends on the athlete. I use the example like John George. He's the type of guy where he's so skilled that he can get a late start and it really doesn't matter. He play good the next day. Other guys who haven't played as much or put as much time into the game or not naturally as gifted, sometimes it takes them a month or two in order to, at least 3 weeks, a month, sometimes 2 months, just to get acclimated and to get the skill level to where it needs to be competitive. For me, I used to play on the playground. I never really spent, we didn't even have summer workouts for basketball like they do now. And you spent so much time playing on the playground that you just sort of knew how to play. I don't know if kids do that as much today. Definitely not as much, but some do play on the side.
Well, speaking of very talented athletes, we were talking earlier, Will Shear, who is the trainer and of course does a great job, hired by the school district. We're talking about all sorts of things. But we got talking about, obviously, 2 of the best, Robert Foster and Jordan Whitehead. And you're not really shocked what he was able to do on both sides of the football with Pitt. But from what I hear, and I never had the pleasure to watch him play up close, he was just flat out fantastic.
Both of them were tremendous. Different, I don't think people in this area realize, particularly in this community, how fortunate they were to have those 2 guys. You may never see that again. I enjoyed watching them. Both different players, but both really, really excellent players. And I still say, a lot to be seen, and who knows where God's plan is, but I still see both those guys playing on Sunday.
Well, make no mistake about it, folks. I do remember him as an athlete, and he was a great athlete. And I know you're a competitor, and you want to win. So I'm going to let you get to practice here in a moment, but you have to be excited about being a part of the CJ Betters Holiday Classic, and which would never be without your amazing father, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you mentioned me as an athlete. You can never mention me after Robert Foster and Jordan Whitehead. I wasn't even remotely in their class. But my dad, I don't know how much he was into athletics as a player, but he's always been probably the biggest fan of sports, and his kids, whatever they're doing. And this tournament, he started long before any of us were even in high school, and it's something that's like his baby. He loves it, and he puts more time into it than most people put into their jobs. So We love the tournament. I think it's the premier tournament around. Everyone I know is always texting, calling, hey, I'll be back for the tournament. It's just something that people come back for over the holidays and get to watch quality basketball every night.
Yeah, and folks, please make sure you're there December 29th and 30th in their 24th year, the C.J. Better's Holiday Classic. Coach Dave Ambrose and the Central Valley Warriors, your Pratte Pack, saying have a great evening.